Well, a happy 150th birthday, Colorado School of Mines, and as you probably know, our state won't be celebrating our 150th birthday till 2026. So you beat us, but don't let that go to your head, because right here in Golden, Coors Brewing Company celebrated their 150th last year. So it's all relative, but a lot of great sesquicentennials is the word. Either here upon us or coming up. Thank you to the faculty, the staff, the students for helping to forge the bright future for energy, which is more exciting now in so many ways than ever before. I know some of you are part of the Futures course. I think some of you are faculty or alumni, really in many different ways, leaders, thinkers, researchers, students, innovators. Some of you are all those things. And we know that it takes innovation, collaboration, and of course cutting-edge research like that being done here at the School of Mines to help build that sustainable, affordable, and livable future for Colorado, and of course powering the world with technologies that we play a part in developing right here in Colorado and right here at School of Mines. There's a lot of exciting things going on in the energy sector. And we know that as we transition to 100% clean energy for the grid by 2040, we're going to be at 80% here in Colorado by 2030, just 5.5 years from now. We are working hard to make sure that we can ensure that we have that resilient, low-cost baseload energy. Again, geothermal, hydrogen, potential for nuclear, many others. Of course, the low-cost workhorses of the clean energy economy, solar and wind, hard to compete with, continuing to grow in efficiency and work. And you have the advantage of course, the proximity to the National Renewable Energies Laboratory, a very important partner of School of Mines, just down the road. We're also working in the conventional oil and gas sector to clean up air pollution, to be one of the most climate efficient producers in that sector here in Colorado, which matters as companies across the world and countries are cognizant about the carbon profile of their supply chain, and often needing offsets, recognizing the different kinds of emission profiles of various extraction technologies. It can be a competitive advantage for Colorado. With efforts like this, we're showing the rest of the country and the world that yes, we can cut pollution, grow our economy, make sure that we can have a bright shared energy future. This transition is improving air quality, reducing costs, improving reliability, supporting the health of Coloradans. We're proud to be one of the leading clean energy technology states. We're fourth nationally in clean tech employment. Right now, we're third in electric vehicle sales. About 25%, almost 25% of vehicles sold are electric here in Colorado. Our utilities are going to be 80% emission-free by 2030. And of course, we're also leading the way from the policy side on the next iteration of sort of regulatory structures to empower and bring about that future. For instance, Colorado's long had a COGCC, it standard for the Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission. That's the body that approved essentially oil wells and has for decades. They still do that, but they are renamed and repurposed and have other things they do now. They're now called the Energy and Carbon Management Commission, because it turns out that permitting deep well geothermal, underground carbon sequestration look and feel a lot like the traditional permitting of oil and gas in terms of the underground activities that occur. And so we are leveraging that effective, efficient permitting process by ensuring that ECMC, formerly COGCC, has purview over these new and emerging technologies. They've already adopted their rules around deep well geothermal, where they have the primacy with regards to regulation. They also have the opportunity to oversee our work on hydrogen. I mentioned carbon capture, deep well. And as a result of leading the way on being able to facilitate this work, we therefore have progress leaders in the private sector, from Colorado-based Atmos Zero to even our wonderful brewing industry. For instance, New Belgium Brewery has an industrial heat pump project that uses that'll provide 30 to 40% of the brewery's total steam load, and will be one of the first larger zero carbon beers. Geothermal is very strong. We have a number of tax credits and incentives around that. I fully expect that Colorado will have our first. We don't have geothermal electricity as part of our grid today. Most of our neighboring states do. I think it's 6% in California, about 4% in Utah. We will. We have 3 geothermal electric projects that receive some planning grants that are, I'm hoping that at least 1 or 2 of those materialize. If all 3 do, that's great. There's a few others that are being talked about. Geothermal energy, the heat beneath our feet, that was my initiative as chair of the Western Governors Association. A lot of the opportunities for geothermal energy are aligned with the Western United States. Obviously, hopefully many of you have been to some of Colorado's world-class hot springs, but beyond that, there's enormous energy potential. And of course, with some of the drilling technology that's opened up much deeper opportunities for accessing geothermal energy. In addition to the geothermal electric, of course, we're pursuing heat pumps, geothermal passive heating and cooling systems. In fact, one of our universities, Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction, is one of the first universities in the country to be 100% heated and cooled through geothermal. And they calculated what that meant in terms of their costs, zeroing out their, of course, utility bills around heating and cooling their buildings, and they were able to show that it actually reduced student tuition by about 2%, having that ongoing, essentially no-cost source. I mean, very, very low maintenance, no ongoing cost, not like electricity bills, but zeroing out those electricity bills for heating and cooling is a big deal for large buildings, and that includes Colorado Mesa University. We're doing it with the Eagle County Courthouse west of Vail, and a number of other exciting projects across the country. And of course, we're also excited that there's many skills that are used for oil and gas that translate seamlessly into geothermal and thermal energy networks. And I don't just mean, and normally in most audiences we talk about skills on the hand side, the working side. Yes, transition for workers, but of course of great relevance to mines, transference of technology. Drilling technology is drilling technology. Again, subtle differences about what's needed where and exact specifications, but in general, a lot of the work being done for oil and gas really is transportable to geothermal, thermal energy networks, both on the pipeline and drilling side, as well as direct air capture and underground carbon sequestration with the favorable geology we have for carbon storage and the favorable regulatory structure we have to facilitate that. So with these and so many other tools in our toolbox, I know that our energy future is bright, powered, of course, in part by the critical work here at Colorado School of Mines, as well as by Colorado School of Mines alumni that, of course, are across the sector, both here in Colorado, nationally and internationally. To the students here today, I think there are some. I'm so excited that the education you're getting, the resources here at Mines will help meet this truly generational opportunity to transform the global energy system for affordability, for sustainability, for livability. And of course, congratulations to the School of Mines on 150 incredible years. And of course, cheers to the next 150 years. Thank you.